So let's go to page 8, and I just want to write this out for you. There are 3 realms of potential. The physical realm. How does it show up in your thinking? Animal instinct. Animal instinct is the 5 F's. Flight, fight, freeze, feed, and the final F is F-U-C-K, which means propagation of species or deception. Deception is a primordial survival tool to steal tools, to steal food, to steal mates, to kill. It is, and people do it. We see it at the core of our Bibles. It's right there. We see the good-evil aspect, Cain, Abel, Moses, Pharaoh, Jesus, Satan, right? We see that at the core. Animal mind, we all have one. Mental realm, thinking mind, this is where most of you are stuck. The mental realm or the thinking mind, this is on page 8. And then the final realm is the highest realm of potential, the spiritual realm and the aware mind. And most people think when I'm talking about spirituality, I'm talking about religion. I am not. A simple distinction is the spiritual realm, the word spiritus in Latin means breath. It is the life force energy. It is a focus on no breath, no life, no awareness, you can't change. So these are 3 realms of potential. Now, the physical realm, right, animals aren't thinking, nor I don't think they believe they exist. If you look at Descartes, the Cartesian paradigm that most of us are in, said, I think, therefore I am. Now that is the mental realm. Descartes had a great breakthrough with that mindset, but we're actually taking it to a higher degree. We're saying, I am, therefore I think. Your existence, the fact that you are, says that you can change your thoughts. People say to me, Steve, do you really believe people can change? I say, listen, they're going to change no matter what I believe. The question is, do you understand 3 directions of change? You're going to get change this way, right? 20% of the world, evil. Evil! Killing children, it's evil. Slavery, it's evil. That's evil, right? 60% sideways. Just looping the same thoughts, just looping. I'm looping, man. Same thoughts, same food, same crap, different day, right? 20% upward change. You have to ask yourself, do I want to be part of that elevate upward change? Adam was talking about elevate, his word. You want to decide, are you going to be part of the 20%? Which requires us to serve. Now the problem is that because we get stuck in the mind is often the source of our suffering. When you get into the spiritual realm, you're going to learn something amazing about the law of service. One of the greatest ways to end your own suffering is to serve another human being. One of the greatest ways to end your own suffering is to get in service to another human being. It's fascinating how that works. Anyone ever experienced that? Yeah, I think you've all experienced it. I remember I was asked to play in a children's cancer ward. And I'm really lucky. I have a high happiness set point. I was down in Tampa, up in Tampa, from where I am. Usually I'm in Rochester, so it's down. And it was 360 days a year I'm happy, but it was one of my 5 days a year where I was depressed. I was down that day, and I remember playing for the kids and seeing their parents and seeing how it affected them. And I walked out in tears, and I thought, oh my God. It just doesn't, I was so humbled to have made a slight difference in their lives, the pain that they were going through. And I was looking at my own suffering, and I didn't belittle myself because I was suffering, but I got to tell you, it was over. Being in service to them ended my own suffering. One of the greatest ways that you can get out of your own suffering is make it about somebody else. Make it about serving them. So 3 realms of potential. The mind, getting stuck here, again, the mind is a terrible master but a fabulous servant. Many of you are stuck in your mind. What do I mean by that? You do whatever your ego thinking mind tells you to do. It tells you this guy's a jerk, he's a jerk. It tells you you're a fool and you can't eat right no matter what you do, you're just an F-up. That's what it is. The ego thinking mind is not who you are. If we reverse the paradigm, the Cartesian paradigm, and turn it around and say, I am, therefore I think, only then can you choose your thoughts. That's one of the points of meditation we're talking about. That when you meditate, I got you, Michael, I'm coming to you. That when you meditate, you identify yourself as the aware mind. I am the aware mind, who has a thinking mind, who has an animal instinct. Like one of the great things about your animal instinct, and I'm going to tell you something if you never knew that's just amazing, is if you ask the body what it wants to eat, it will actually tell you truthfully. If you ask the body, are you hungry? This thinking mind won't tell you the truth. This being will. And I'm going to tell you, nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. You might want to write that down. Nothing tastes as good as healthy feels. It's a fact. Like you know this, right? How many people know that for a fact? Nothing tastes as good because your spirit just says, yep, truth. The aware mind knows truth. It does. It's aligned with it. The thinking mind is clueless. If you align with the thinking mind, and this is the problem with mankind, mankind for history has been out to sea without a sextant or a compass. Mankind is like a mariner out to sea without a sextant or a compass. We cannot tell truth from falsehood. When you align with the spiritual realm, truth becomes God. You just align with truth. So when I say to you, nothing tastes as good as healthy feels, and you start living into that, and you start asking your body, what do you want to eat? It'll tell you. Body, do you want to drink alcohol today? It'll say no. The thinking mind will go, hell yeah. Let me see, 2 beers made you feel this good? Oh, 4's got to be twice as good. Is it true? Of course not. So I want you to notice the 3 realms of potential, and I want you to model them out inside of our model because this is an important model. Remember, we're turning the Cartesian paradigm around from I think, therefore I am, in which case we honor the thinking mind more than the aware mind. In this case, we're going to the aware mind, and the 3 realms of potential are be, aware, and intentional. This is so critical. You've got to be aware, not beware, be aware. Things are going to come up for you in the next couple exercises that you know you want to change. You know you need to change, but you're not choosing to change yet. Now we're talking about not the power of force and fate, but the power of conscious choice. You want to transform. You want to have a year of results. So you want to be aware and intentional, number 1. Those are states of being. And then it's a be, know, do model. Know your strengths and weaknesses, and know the principles and laws that govern the process of transformation. This is not a personality-driven model. We have 60 different personalities in the room. This is kind of a process-driven model of awareness. You're being aware, and you're going to create a process of intention. And then you want to know what your biases are, what your weaknesses are, and what your strengths are. I want you sitting inside your sweet spot. I want you to do what you're great at, right? You also want to know the principles and laws. The first principle that we talked about in the course is hard easy. If you take nothing from these 2 days together, but actually practicing hard easy on a daily basis with a 1-degree shift, not killing yourself with discipline because that won't work. 1-degree shift means 360 degrees around me, right? I'm going to do hard easy 1 degree. For instance, I did not have dessert last night. That was a 1-degree. He went, whew. That was a 1 degree. Not because it was tough, because he's surprised I didn't have dessert. He knows me. But it's a 1-degree shift. So if you're looking to say nothing tastes as good as healthy feels, and I'm a sugar addict. I am. Anyone know they're a sugar addict? Yeah, I'm a sugar addict. I'm addicted to it. So if you just start doing that 1-degree shift, I can point to 1-degree shift. If someone said to me, how did you practice hard easy yesterday? I can say that's what I did. Okay? Know your strengths and weaknesses, know the principles and laws, and do the activities and skills. There are actions that we need to do in a hard, easy way. There are skills that you need to cultivate. There are really important skills you need to cultivate. There are activities you need to be doing on a daily basis. But if I'm unaware, I won't do them. That's why principles are so powerful. How did I practice hard, easy today? What were the few things I knew that I needed to do to build my business today?